Hey, it's Clint and Stacy. Mainly just Clint again. Stacy's inside getting ready this morning to, we're gonna, I think, head to Lethbridge for the night just for something to do. It's Victoria Day long weekend, and in typical Victoria Day long weekend fashion, the weather has gone south on us. It was over 20 degrees there for several days in a row, and it's it's probably, I don't even actually know, I didn't check, but it's probably about 5 degrees. I've got my jacket on. It's been raining, and it's supposed to continue to do that for the next, I don't know, looks like week anyways. So I thought I'd just make a quick video actually about the vehicle that we purchased to tow the fifth wheel that I've been working on the solar, which I'm going to do a little bit on that today for the couple hours that I have left. But this is a 2024 Ram 3500 Night Edition Limited dually long box. So we factory ordered this back in, I don't know, November, I think. We've had it for about 2 months, I guess. And it's been a really good truck. We work for Dodge actually, so we've had lots of Dodges. This is our first dually though, but we've had the Cummins Diesels a few times in the past. This one in particular is we ordered brand new, as I said, and it's got the Night Edition, which what the Night Edition does for you in the Limited specifically is it gives you this sport hood that is new starting in 2023. And then it also carries on to give you the blacked out headlights, the blacked out grille. And then one of the things that I think is neat that nobody is doing on their dualies is the blacked out wheels. I saw one of these for the first time when we were in Lethbridge, sort of trying to figure out what we wanted. And thought that this was one of the neatest things I'd ever seen on a dually anyways. Of course, in 2023, they started using the new power adjustable and extending mirrors. And there's a couple of things that I like about this. Obviously, the big thing that everybody was excited about when they came out with this is the fact that the mirrors can travel in and out from tow mode to regular mode with the push of a button. But the other thing that I like about it too is, and this bottom mirror here has been adjustable by power now for a couple years before these mirrors came out. But what they weren't, though, is heated. So now you have the option on a cold morning when these are fogged up to hit your mirror heaters, and it doesn't just clear the big one anymore, it also clears the bottom one. So traveling around to the back, this one we ordered to include the factory air suspension. So as well as the factory equipped fifth wheel tow group, which was kind of a big deal for us because that's what we were planning to do with this, was to tow a fifth wheel. So you've got your wiring all nice and conveniently located in the back here, so you don't have to flop it over your tailgate. And then they do give you a 400 watt AC outlet back here as well, which I don't know that we'll use that very much, but it's kind of cool that it's there. The Limiteds come factory with the bed liner already sprayed in them. And then the tailgate power drops off of a button on your key fob. Also with the fifth wheel group, you get a camera up here, which makes hooking up to your fifth wheel a heck of a lot easier. So we elected to do, originally I wanted the high output version of this. Stacy was not as keen on that idea as I was, but the last truck that we had didn't have it, and so I was, because we work for Dodge, I was pretty adamant that we were going to go that route this time. In the end, we decided not to, and there was a couple reasons before that. It was the one big one was there was a recall coming out on the ACEN transmission that on the ones that were affected by it could take quite a long time to get resolved because they didn't really have a timely fix for it yet. And although it wasn't affecting, you know, a huge amount of them, it was affecting enough of them that it was a concern for us that we might get the thing and after only driving it 2,000 kilometers, have it be down in the parking lot at the dealership that we work waiting to get repaired. So that was reason number one. Reason number two was kind of a costing thing, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, these trucks are really expensive, and at the time when we ordered this, they weren't doing the diesel upgrade rebate that they are doing now. And even if they were, it doesn't offset it quite enough. And for us, I wanted to maybe save a little bit there to instead have the limited interior over the Laramie that we were also kind of looking at the same time. So this truck with the standard output diesel, we did get the 410 gears in it. Pulls more than we'll ever need to. When we were looking for trailers, we were sort of back and forth between, you know, what we ended up with and then also toy haulers, because we do have a couple of motorcycles that we had thought maybe we would like to bring with us sometimes. Toy haulers can sometimes weigh, you know, once they're all loaded, in excess of 20,000 pounds, depending on how big the trailer that you pick is. And if we ever did decide to kind of go out of this one that we're in and into a toy hauler, the towing capacity of this truck with the 410 gears is certainly over 20,000 pounds. So there's nothing that we're ever going to do in our life that would require the 30,000 pounds that you get with the ACEN transmission. So going inside, power boards. This is something that is now only available on limiteds and Longhorn trim levels. Used to be an option on the Laramie, but it isn't anymore. The interior in the limited, we had a Longhorn before this, and I was we were looking at Laramies, and there's some things about the limiteds and the Longhorns that I just really like that are missing in the Laramie, and a couple of, and it's little things, you know, it's really not that big of a deal, I guess, at the end of the day, but the wood trim in the doors, what they've done on the limiteds now, as well as they've kind of taken these what used to be chrome features and kind of given them a dark chrome appearance now. You know, you get lots of little fancy touches like the tweeter grills and the speaker grills and all that kind of stuff is just a little higher end than what you see in the Laramie. The entire dash is leather wrapped. The Laramies do come available with this new full color screen, and I kind of like this. I don't know. It's my interest in the solar that we're doing sort of is rooted in kind of like a dorky place for me, and so this kind of stuff is neat to me. I have this set up so that just waiting for it to, oh, it just says it's still there, we go. So that it shows kind of like a mini map of the area that we're in, which Stacy on hers, she's got it set to just sort of the regular looking instrument cluster. I don't know, I find this neat, so that's what I've done. In the truck itself, there's a few things that are available on this truck that were not available when we had our Longhorn. Radar cruise is one of those things. So that's something that actually I wasn't sure that I would use that much, but it's I have anyways. I've used it several times since we got it. The 12-inch screen, I sort of have kind of a love-hate relationship with this. It looks really, really cool, and I like I really like the way that it looks in here. I guess my one sort of only complaint I have with it is that it makes it so that you have to do almost everything that you want to do in here with touchscreen buttons. They have kind of given you, you know, the basics, so you can adjust the temperature, and I mean, we leave it in auto mode most of the time, so there's not a lot of that involved. But things like heated seats, and you know, if you want to change zones on the heating and cooling, you know, it involves going to this screen, whereas on the other one you could have just picked a different one when all they had was the 8-inch screen here. So I mean, not a big deal. It hasn't really ruined our life in any way, but it's, like I said, it's maybe a bit inconvenient for the odd time that you're having to go into a touch screen, and you can't really, with real buttons, you can kind of keep your eye on the road and sort of feel, you know, where the buttons are once you get used to where they are, whereas in the touch screen you always have to be checking because that's not possible. You can't feel what you're doing. With the air suspension that came with the truck, you've got this alternate trailer height thing, and what this is designed to do is drop the back of the truck a little bit from the normal ride height, which we're thinking is going to be pretty crucial when we park the trailer into our permanent spot, because of the fact that there's a bit of a sudden grade getting into our spot. So like by dropping the back of the truck, that should raise hopefully the back of the trailer just enough that that doesn't become an issue. This new digital screen rear view mirror is the first time we've had this. I think, again, kind of a dork for this kind of stuff, so I'm really impressed by this. Stacy's not as much of a fan of it. She said she finds it distracting, and so usually when she's been driving it, you'll find it's been switched off, so it's like more like a normal mirror. Although I did notice the last couple times she drove it that it was still there, so I don't know if she's just been putting it back or if she's now getting used to it. But here's the controls for the new mirrors. This is the one that is involved in putting them out. So, and what's kind of nice about this system too is that if you don't need them all the way out, you can sort of stop partway through if you want as well. There's some more little touches there. The Limited gives you this neat little leather accent on the grab handles. The wood trim up above, the wood trim in the center console. This hides your cup holders, and then there's a little bit of a storage area behind here as well. The badging on the center console as well. This is all wrapped in leather, whereas on the Laramie it isn't. This little door here is like authentic wood with again with the Limited badging on the side there. It's not huge stuff, but I mean it's when you look at the two sort of side by side, there is a clear difference that the Limited is just finished off just a little bit nicer. And because we work at the Cranbrook Dodge dealership here in Cranbrook, and we sit in these things all the time, I've just kind of gotten to the point where, you know, these things are maybe a little bit more noticeable to me than they would be anybody else. But this is it. We've only had it for a couple of months, and it's been an awesome truck for us so far. We've towed the trailer once with it, and as you would expect, it was an easy event. I mean, the truck had absolutely no trouble pulling this trailer whatsoever. We brought the trailer back empty, and it maybe weighed 12,500 pounds, which is, you know, well within the capabilities of this truck's ability to tow. So I think that's probably good for today, but we may make some other videos about the truck as time goes on, just with regards to actually using it and towing and stuff. But this is it in a nutshell.